Are you Dave or are you Santa Claus?
I'm Dave. This is just the coronavirus happening. Beard going on, hair going on.
I see. And Dave, this isn't the Italian girl you promised me.
I promised you an Italian girl. Didn't say what she's going to look like.
Well, this looks more like an M1441 to me.
It is.
So what's it doing out here? It doesn't look like a Flakpanzer to me either.
No, it isn't. What it's doing here is actually came out of CFB Wainright in Alberta. It was actually on loan from the Borden Museum. It's been out there for several decades. We're actually bringing our stuff, some of our stuff back. This is the first one to come back. And yeah, so it showed up today.
Fantastic. So Dave, can you tell us a bit about the condition of this vehicle? Do all the moving bits move? Is it a runner?
Yeah, so it is a runner. So the guys out in Wainright, one of the units out there, fixed it up, made it a runner. It's not the original engine and transmission. It's an ML engine and transmission, GM engine and transmission in it. So it is a runner. It's really surprised me when I found out, and I talked to the guys out there when they were loading it. They said they loaded it, yeah, it drove on. I was like completely shocked. I thought they'd be dragging it on, and we'd be dragging it off.
Right. Now what about the external features and the internal features? Is anything missing on the outside?
Yeah, there's a few items and we'll go around and I'll show you some of the items that are missing on the tank itself. So right here, right off the bat, you can see that there's the front fender and the back fender are missing completely off the tank itself. So we're going to have to manufacture those, get dimensions and everything else. One of the other thing is on the footman loop here on the right side. As you can see here, we have one of the handles here, but we actually have the footman loop that goes down on the side here that we're missing. We're missing it actually on both sides of the fender and that. So again, we'll have to manufacture those parts. A couple of the other features that the mufflers aren't the actual round cylinder mufflers on it. So as you can see, we've got muffler here, new style muffler, modern day muffler. We'll have to get some new ones made of the round kind, because that's what was on the tank before. It was round, one on either side, exhaust system. So we'll leave these on for now. We'll actually get some manufactured round ones, proper size and that for fitting on here to get it back to original. So a few items like that on the exterior. Again, with where the antenna is, this is modern antenna. We're going to have to replace, try to get as close as possible to an original antenna, as well as the lights. But for now, with it now, it's still a runner, it's still viable, we can still use it and that. So these are just minor things that we'll be able to fix up over the time to get it back to original condition.
So Dave, the people are probably also wondering, how do we know this is an M1441 and not an M1340? So why don't we go over some of the features that we used to identify this vehicle as an M1441?
Yeah, that's great. So a couple of the features are, like right here on the front. So one of the distinguishing features on the M1441 is the mud scraper, and you can see the mud scraper right here. So as it says, it's a mud scraper, so it'll scrape the mud off the inside of the drive sprockets. So that's one of the distinguishing features that we know that it's an M1441.
We're at the back of the vehicle now, and this is where we can really tell it's an M1441 and not an M1340. So the first thing you're going to want to look at when you're identifying whether a tank is an M1340 or M1441 is the shape of the radiator tank. So with this style of radiator tank, it's not rectangular, it's mushroom shaped. So with that, we know the tank is either a M1340 Series 3 tank or a M1441 tank. Now, what really lets us know it's an M1441 are the grille. As you can see here, the grille is running transversely across the vehicle, whereas on a normal M1340, or correction, earlier M1340, the grille runs longitudinally this way. So that's how we can really determine this tank is an M1441. And if you want to see our sources, you can check in the description. So Dave, you want to talk about what's missing? Yeah,
there's a few items missing. So right here is the setup for the spare road wheels. So we're missing the spare road wheels here. We're also missing on the far side there as well the jack. So we got those to acquire somewhere down the road. We'll acquire those as well to get it back. One of the other notes that we see here, and you can see on the back of the cap here, it's actually welded on there. We're actually missing the actual cap, so we'll have to source that out as well to get the proper rad cap on there.
Right, so I think the guys and gals are going to want to see what's inside the vehicle, so why don't we climb in and show them what.
Yeah, we can go in through the side door on the left-hand side here. And take a look inside there and maybe go up and through the hatch as well.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
So we're on the left side of the M1441 now, and this is where the access hatch for the crew compartment is located. So, Dave, open sesame.
Open sesame. Come on, use your muscles. So as you guys can see, you can get a look right inside. Driver on the left-hand side, machine gunner on the right-hand side, and then you can see the seat where the crew commander would be as well. I believe it's 4-man crew, so there'd be another seat in here as well. One of the things with it, it's a little cramped. There's no firewall between the engine compartment and the crew compartment now because of the newer engine in it. It takes up a bit more room. A little smoky in there when I was bringing it down off the tractor trailer. Inside it's fairly clean inside, so which is really good for us. So not a lot of work to do inside. Other than that, it's tiller bars, so left and right tiller bars, shifter, forward, neutral, and reverse. One of the things on it is that pulled up my translator on my phone, checked it out because it's Italian, just to confirm that yes, forward was the forward one, neutral was in the center, and reverse was at the back. Just wanted to confirm. You never know on how things are built at that time, right? So,
let's climb in and start checking stuff out from the inside.
Sure, let's do that.
All tiller bars got the ratchets on here. One of the problems is with the tiller bars that we've noticed when I took it off the trailer is that go to pull the tiller bar back to lock it or to release it, the lever, the spring, and the whole shaft needs to be adjusted. So we're gonna have to take it apart so that it actually locks onto the ratchet so that we can, when we pull back, we're actually locking the track. So right now we don't have that. So when we're going forward, keep foot off the gas pedal and try to get the shifter to neutral now, up into forward and then into reverse if we need to, but we gotta go in between. So we gotta pull it back and then move it. So just a slight issue that we got. That's one of the things we'll work on once we get it into the shop, but it's awesome having it here. Yeah, this is great.